Da-da! Okay, happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Didn't plan for it to be for tonight, but so it is. It's Lost Silver Productions. I'm Brian Sapinski, and this is Game Show Talking Fun episode. Wow, can you believe we're up to episode number 11 already? Can't believe we've made it this far or whatever. So anyway, yeah, just to go through the normal points of business. You guys know how this works. We've got the chat room open on the side so that if you want to register your comments and so on and so forth, to just leave a message over there. We'll keep tap on things as we go throughout the night. Hopefully, we've got some new people watching in because I've sent the link to a couple of different places. And we've got our usual, actually, not quite our usual group here because Scott had to work tonight. He couldn't make it here, but the disembodied voice of Paul Williams is here. Paul, you there with us, buddy?
You guys.
Okay, he's in there somewhere, even if we can't quite see him. Chuck Berman from down in Texas, he's with us as he often tends to be.
Hey, brothers, how you doing?
Hey, and the video seems to be working so far. Do me a favor, Chuck. Don't move from that spot, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think maybe if you could just hang out in that location, we might have a legitimate shot of hearing everything you have to say for a change. Okay.
Yeah, I had to upgrade my laptop. I had to upgrade my browser. That's the problem.
Oh, okay, I see. Well, that's good. Let's hope it sticks and things like that. And we've got Mr. Mountain Hawk, Elliot Schiff, join us for this conversation.
Live from South Mountain.
Mountain Hawk. Mountain
Wait,
Hawk.
where exactly are you again, Elliot?
What?
Where are you again exactly?
Allentown, Pennsylvania, but there's a mountain right behind me here called South Mountain, and so that's how my videos start, from the bottom of South Mountain, because literally it's the bottom of South Mountain.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
It's so joke or silly thing. That's where I am.
No, I get you. Yeah, no. For all the time we ever talked, no, I kept forgetting to ask where exactly you are. I figured you were way somewhere else in the country. So you're actually not.
I'm pretty much in your neighborhood. I'm one state over.
Much farther to me than I imagined here. Okay.
Yeah, where in New Jersey are you?
Saddlebrook. I'm in the northeast portion. I'm literally like just a few miles away from the tunnel. So
I live all the way out here in Houston, Texas.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we knew that.
That's where my ex's ex is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Get out
and
of
me and my wife.
Two spaces over. I had an ex. She eventually married someone from Texas, and he moved back. Then the rest.
Me and my wife. I got something cool to say, guys.
That's irrelevant.
Okay, all right. Okay. Now that we played the geography game here with everybody, let's get into the big business with let's start with our usual smash attraction. Man, we've had a loaded week here. A lot of stuff's down in the last 7 or 10 days here. So let's break down the business. Let's start right from the top of the ladder with the daytime Emmys. They just took place this past Sunday, and we've got it. We got our big winners. First for outstanding game show, kind of seemingly no surprise in a sense that Jeopardy gets the top nod once again. As far as host goes, among the usual suspects, if somebody could double check me on this, was this because Steve Harvey got the best host gig? Was this his first?
He's here, Mama.
Was this his first hosting Emmy? Is what I want to know.
All right, that's something I'd have to Google.
Yes, I'll tell you what. Yeah, check research on that. Yeah, because I don't think he's won it yet before.
Hang on.
One and the dominance that Family Feud has had in the syndicated rating.
Buddy. All right, buddy.
And here I thought I was going to have the interruptions. Check here.
Who let the dogs out?
Here, I'll get him muted there while he figures out his problem there. So here, Elliot, while you're researching.
Okay, let's see. How he was named Best Host for Family Feud and Best Host of an Informative talk shows. We got two. You walked away with two that day.
Show too, but
I don't
but
know
no,
what he had previously.
I think it's the first time that he got the game show award.
Yeah, we'll have to look. I'll look up on Wikipedia.
But here, while you're looking up, Elliot, what's your overall impressions on that? Do you smash that Steve? Do you smash Steve getting it?
Well, I'm not exactly a Steve Harvey fan. It's just not my cup of tea, really. I mean, yeah, he does keep well, I watched this episode of Family Feud. I don't know if it's all his fault or whether it's the writer's fault, but those questions really should not be there, if you know what I mean.
No. Trust me. Yeah, there's plenty of.
A lot of times he even point out the word family right on the card, and well, the question asks for a dirty answer, you have to give one, otherwise you're going to lose the game. So the game encourages foulness, which is not my big. You want to make game shows for the kids to watch too, and the match game was meant to be a little bit foul, but Family Feud was not.
I guess it depends on your point of view. I guess it's a tough line to walk and stuff like that. No, I get you.
Yeah.
All right, but in general, do you feel that Steve was deserving of the award this time?
Now, as far as deciding who's the best game show host, I mean, it's the same game over and over. How much better of a host can you be to a game? Obviously, there is a 0 point, but then it sort of maxes out somewhere. Like, you can only be so good of a host as your game will allow you.
So it feels like
obviously when Drew Carey first started, none of us really cared for him because he didn't act the part.
No, I understand exactly. No, I'm with you.
He grew into it. I see he's not Bob. He never will be Bob Barker. But he's grown into the position, but it took him several years.
No, absolutely. I understand totally. But that's it. Here, so let's see. Paul, real quick, what are your thoughts with Steve Harvey getting the host Emmy?
There wasn't really that many choices this year. I mean, you had Feud, I think Millionaire. I don't have the full list in front of me.
Here it is. I found it.
Go ahead.
2014 Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Game Show Host. And that was the last time he had game shows for 2014. Other than that, nothing for game show. So he's won it once before.
I have the list up here. The list for this year's Emmys were Feud, Let's Make a Deal, Celebrity Name Game, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy. So
usual suspect.
We didn't really have much to choose from. I mean, it's almost to the point where I'm wondering if they're even going to bring it back next year because it's every year the same set of 5. So it's always going to be these 5 and then add in Price is Right or add in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Like you don't have that many decisions. You don't have that many options.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd have to agree with you.
Right, yeah.
I have to agree with you on that.
GSN doesn't. I don't know what their latest. I haven't been getting GSN for the past couple of years. So I don't know. Don't know about what they.
Once in a while, they managed to sneak into the category. I know when Chase was still going. I know Mark Burns got in there. So, into the host category, and so did the Chase for the show. I think it did one time.
GSN was there for a newlywed game.
Thank you. But you're kidding me. Steve Harvey got denied for a game show host of the year.
American Bible Challenge, and then once in 2016 last year for Brooke Burns and the Chase. Other than that, that's
Challenge got in there too once. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Well, hey, yeah, it's obviously much select field. Yeah, if you were talking about 30, 40 years ago, obviously much bigger crop to pick from. However, but yeah, no, it's tough, but it is what it is. I guess that's very much true. All right, but while we're talking about Steve Harvey here, let's get into and it's a very hefty list here. This week, as reported on Buzzer Blog, the names for these celebrities that are going to be competing on Celebrity Feud this summer were announced. A lot of the usual things, there's gonna be the sports matchups. There's gonna be the all NFL matchup. There's gonna be baseball versus basketball, Bachelor versus Bachelorette, and some things like that. But here's a couple of team matchups that stood out in my mind. And if you guys have an opinion here, I'll shoot the list over to you as well so you could read it. But here's a couple of the matchups that stood out for me. We've got coming up. We got Eva Longoria versus George Lopez. We've got let's see, Louis Anderson gonna return to the feud for the first time in a heck of forever. He's gonna be facing Christina Milian. Let's see, what was the other one? We got Amy Schumer versus Kelly Clarkson.
Amy Schumer versus Kelly Clarkson. Are you serious?
That's dead serious. Yep. Oh, here's one that shocked me. In a battle of brains versus brawn, Rick Fox, the former NBA All-Star, taking on Neil Degrasse Tyson.
Ooh.
And
yeah.
Let's see. You've got, like I said, another ABC matchup, Dancing with the Stars versus Shark Tank. Although interesting in the Shark Tank team, they actually brought one of the entrepreneurs from one of the seasons that got a deal from one of the Sharks is going to be competing alongside them, which I thought was interesting. It's not just strictly the Sharks themselves. And then in probably what's going to be the wildest match of the whole summer, Steve Harvey's entire family is going to be playing.
Entire family play. I say dummy. Dummy, yeah.
With his wife Marjorie captaining one team and Doris, his mother-in-law, captaining the other.
Oh no!
So
a whole Harvey feud. That's not going to go good with the ratings. So I say dummy. Dummy, yeah.
So wait a minute, Chuck. Wait, so wait, are you trashing the all Harvey matchup, Chuck?
Dang right I am.
Is there any one of those matches that we mentioned that you're really looking forward to?
Louis Anderson matchup.
You want to see Louis come back, huh? Mm-hmm. He's the one that's got the hosting experience. I mean, it should be fun to see him back on the floor again. Should be good there. Hope you're enjoying what you're eating there. Elliot, how about you? Which of the ones that we mentioned there, or if you see any others, what match?
I kind of like that Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm a big fan of his. So see him and his family, what he's bringing.
I'm wondering how they tricked him into getting on the show.
If they're gonna ask the dirty questions, like your ratings is gonna be on the board somewhere.
Yeah.
Hate to say it, but that's your typical astronomy joke.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah.
And I think the Steve Harvey one, that's gonna be you're gonna hear more bleeps than you are gonna hear
actual legitimate answers.
Look for a bleep fest there.
I somehow believe you on that one. I can only imagine. I'm very afraid. And Paul, how about you? What do you see that looks good?
The actual true family feud. The Steve Harvey's family actually played again. I saw that. I kind of chuckled a little bit. Also, Louis Anderson actually playing the feud would actually be interesting too.
That is definitely. So, let's see. I think out of all the ones that I looked at, I'm probably Yeah, I don't know. I'm in the same boat. I'm definitely afraid of how Harvey's family is going to be when they take part and stuff like that. I'm just scared to imagine, but we know it's going to be a laugh mile a minute. That's definitely going to be for sure and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, I'm just like I said, seeing Neil deGrasse Tyson compete.
It is very
What's gonna? Oh yeah, question. What's gonna happen if Neil loses?
It doesn't really say anything much because
Well, it depends on the questions. The questions are we've asked 100 people, what do you take to a basketball game? And they ask all jock questions. They're not, and don't ask any intelligent questions. Well, of course they're gonna lose. If you stack the deck,
Yeah.
that's the thing. It always comes down to the last question. So whether you win or you lose doesn't. If the triple point question is stacked toward.
They haven't really. Well, no. In the Celebrity Feud, they kind of got away with that rule because I've seen for the times that I've watched the Celebrity Feud, I've seen plenty of matches that have finished in a 3-question sweep. They got to the 300. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they bend the rules a little bit with that. So, but who knows? So. But anyway, that should be pretty good though. So as you guys are listening,
It says it's not the first. It's always first 300. Now, if you happen to if it's 1-1 and single double, you can theoretically get your 300 easily.
No, yeah, no, and I have played times before in the past. All right, but yeah,
it's not changing the rules, just a lucky draw.
Right. Okay. Well,
the one round head hater on Feud was the bullseye.
All right. So anyway, moving along here and stuff like that. So let's see what else we got here. Okay. Next time while we're staying in the Emmy category and stuff like that, while the daytime Emmys were going on, it was announced that both Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy are now both extended
3 more years.
They're both well, not 4 more, just 3. All right, they're both
3. That's what I said. 3.
They're both extended through 2020. Trebek will be on the first 2 of those 3 years. Although I would imagine he'd stay for all 3. Might as well just stay for the remaining extension. I guess. I mean, obviously it's a smash that they're saying, but I think the bigger question would be, and Paul, I'll start with you. How far? It's the question that keeps getting asked. How far do you think Feud and Wheel of Jeopardy can keep going?
I don't know. I mean, Jeopardy is a game that can survive regardless of what. Regardless of survival, whatever is being thrown in front of it.
That much has been true, yeah. And I think they just had a champion that won like 6 or 7 games or whatever. He got beat during the week. Whatever. I think his appearance was actually driving the ratings up a little bit. I need a name.
Yes, Jeopardy does actually now post up stats about the Tournament of Champions at the end of the season, which they just concluded their regular season. So the next episode on Monday will be the start of the tournament of
Alan Lynn is the guy's name.
Okay, thank you, Elliot. Yeah, no, I couldn't think of the couldn't think of his name.
Thank you to J Archive for that one.
Hey, now.
I figured J Archive is where you were going to look. Yeah, no, because I couldn't think of anywhere else to have to. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Zach Haran's in the in the chat room there. Keep yourself keep yourself clean, Zach. Enough with the celebrity bucket kickers troll messages. Okay.
Got it.
Those of you who are not among the game show hardcore worlds out there, and if you're not, thank God. Yeah, there's a fella out there by the name of Zach Haran who I mean, granted, he knows his stuff. He's very knowledgeable and stuff like that. But believe me, there are plenty of times that he is just not afraid to troll and just make stupid comments with regards to, especially with regards to when people and shows die. Okay, he likes to use the phrase of a show. He likes to use the phrase of a made-up show called Celebrity Bucket Kickers. Okay, so just trust me. You ever see Zach? Know him cordially, but otherwise run like hell. Sorry, Zach. but anyway, okay, all right, enough. All right, I'm enough picking on people. I don't want to do that while I'm here. Okay.
We just lost. What's his?
All right. Now Chuck will be back. It's probably just some family business or whatever happening here. We'll get him back in just a second. Okay. Now probably the biggest odd news of the week or something. Actually, here, wait. Let me before I get to the big one. Let me throw this out there because this week has been a very busy week in the news for former American Idol host Ryan Seacrest because it was just announced earlier in the week that he is now Kelly Ripa's new co-host on Live over on ABC or wherever it's syndicated for you guys, but we know it's shot at ABC in New York. But Seacrest's name is coming up in another fashion at the same time because right now the current rumor mills say that ABC is currently the front runners to launch the American Idol revival, and it's speculated as to whether or not they might want to try to convince Seacrest to host. The problem is that the producers of Idol want to keep the show in California. Live films in New York. So there's a real geography question if they really wanted to put the whole band back together from start to finish. Paul, do you think any of this has any leg? Well, first, the idea of ABC getting Idol, do you think that has any legs? And second, if it does, the idea of them wooing Seacrest.
Well, Seacrest is already there because he's now the permanent co-host with Kelly on the show. So since he's there, I kind of see, I kind of see ABC trying to go ahead and make the move to go ahead and bring Idol there. It's a format that is immensely popular, whether people want to admit it or not. I saw somebody on Buzzer Blogs post about the show that somebody that somebody's accusing that, oh well, he bought the seat, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense because that means he's paying, like it, whatever. But nonetheless, he does.
Just got paid Friday night.
Yeah, like he that doesn't
How
make
many
any
people
sense.
got that reference?
But nonetheless, no, I do see it being a possibility that it actually comes forth and actually takes place.
That's it. That's interesting. Zach actually brings up a good point in the chat room there. He's saying that like if they're in a period with Idol, if they wanted to use Seacrest, they could always use guest hosts and stuff like that. Oh yes, yeah. Oh, and guess what, Elliot? Zach got the song reference from a 1988 top 10 hit from Johnny Kemp. Just got paid. And I remember NSYNC also covered it years later. So
I think that song's older than '88. I think so. Didn't someone else do it before? I remember it earlier.
Who knows there? But what do you think? If ABC gets Idol, do you think they'll try to use Seacrest or they'll go with somebody else?
They'll probably use Seacrest. Okay, so they'll probably use Seacrest. Like Zach over here in the chat room said, they could go ahead and go back to guest hosting while Idol is in session and just do that. I mean, Idol is only like 2 weeks of no, I'm sorry, not 2 weeks. It's actually a couple of weeks worth of tapings. But Ryan doesn't really need to be there for like all the auditions and everything like that. He can just be there for the national finals.
True, yeah, but we know the national finals. Those can take quite a bit and stuff like that. So
Right, that's when you would go ahead and use the guest host of the national finals.
right. So it's gonna be interesting in its own regard and stuff like that. So who's to say there? Okay, now I gotta try to see. I'm looking for this article. Actually, I'll tell you what. While I look up for this one article, because I know we actually, like I said, there's so much to talk about in Smash or Trash. It's crazy here, or whatever. Okay, yes, here it is. Deadline.com reporting for our next item in Smash or Trash that one of the people who is responsible for game shows having such a hard time in syndication, the one, the only, the unstoppable Judge Judy, she is actually looking to break into game shows herself. As a matter of fact, her production company is going to be bringing out a 6 month or 6 week, I'm sorry, syndicated run during the summer of a show that she is producing through Fremantle and Debmar Mercury called Eyewitness. The setup of the show, which Judge Judy created, let's see, each episode will feature 3 contestants facing off to test their powers of observation. Their ability to recall what they've just witnessed will be tested through video clips and images spanning the media landscape. The winner will have a chance at $20,000. And Scott St. John, who was the main showrunner for Celebrity Name Game and Deal or No Deal, he's going to run this from the floor. So, just from the base description, what do you guys think? Elliot, Smash or Trash on the prospective Eyewitness?
What was it on, Brian? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, the format of that one, it does look different. Okay, always willing to try new things, see how it works out. I think we could. It's one of those we call it buy, sell, or hold. I'm just gonna say I put a hold on it. I can't really smash it. I can't really trash it until I see the final product. But yeah, I think we're willing to go. Give it a go.
The same mold. He was telling me the same thing when I was talking to him earlier this afternoon. So check if you want to see the links over there on the side for us. So
thanks, buddy.
All right.
Sorry about that. I was eating dinner.
No, don't worry. But no, it's okay. All right, Paul. What do you think? What do you give Eyewitness?
I'm going to pass on this one as well because from what it sounds like, this show seems nothing more than like the early 2000 Card Sharks, where it's like we're going to play a video. You tell us what happens next, and like
no. This isn't like that. No. They're going to show you the stuff, and you've got to recall what happened. So
it's almost just as wait. That's what I'm saying. It's almost just as bad. The format is still the same thing. I show you a video, and either you describe to me what happened, or you run that back.
You're trying to predict what happened.
Oh
next.
God,
that's not That's not this.
Okay. So what you're telling me is it's brain surge for adults. That's what the show is.
Oh God,
that's a different.
I'm gonna say Trash City.
That's based upon the description that's over here on the AV Club and the Variety article I'm reading. The show is effectively brain surge for adults, except instead of the MC reading back to you a story and then saying, "Run back what I just told you." It is, we're going to take a camera, we're going to go out to the real world, we're going to show you something, and now we want you to run back what you just saw. That's effectively what the show is.
Yeah, but wait.
It's brain surge for adults.
Yeah, but wait. Also remember though, brain surge for adults has existed before. That was called Hitman.
Yes, I know. I was about ready to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth.
2 minutes to jump in with the Hitman commentary. It's a video version of Hitman. So the concept, you've seen it before. It's a simple enough game, a nice enough game. So I feel it's got a reasonable enough shot to work. I mean, Chuck, do you agree? Do you think it has a reasonable chance of doing something?
Gone in 13 weeks.
6.
It's only being given 6. So it's only.
Never mind, gone in 6 weeks.
So here, Chuck, it's got less than half of a traditional syndicated run, just like we can only see less than half of your head right now.
I'm sorry about that.
You fell right
sorry.
into that one.
Oh man, no.
Okay. And yes,
Good.
our silent man, our silent man up in the booth. Yes, we are watching Zach. I've already acknowledged him once, so yes, don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. We're keeping an eye though. Like I said, Zach, keep yourself clean, buddy. Okay. All right. So that's that. Okay. All right. Let's all right. Last major item. Let's get this out of the way because I know we're already hitting 8:30. We gotta get into our main topic here, whatever. Oh, that's right. Yes, Paul. That's right. Your video stuff is not working, correct?
Camera's not working. I think I can still do video shares.
Can you still do screen shares? Okay. I need you to look up the and show it off the picture that was revealed at the beginning of this week of the brand new host of this summer's ABC revival of The Gong Show.
Oh, I have a okay, so I have a story about that. I'll wait till we start talking about it, and then I will.
Here, dig up the picture. I'll bring it up. All right,
I'll get the picture up right now. Hold on.
All right, for those not in the know about it, we'll just explain really quickly that it was announced the new host is a gentleman by the name of Tommy Maitland is going to be hosting ABC's Gong Show Revival. If the name
you may not like what I have to say.
Lord. Oh Lord.
If the name does not sound familiar to you, don't worry. It's not supposed to. As a matter of fact, Tommy Maitland, who you see right here, is not even a real person at all. It is, in fact, Mike Myers, as you can see right there.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Yeah, which I gotta be honest with you, the first time or two that I looked at the Tommy Maitland picture, I honestly could not recognize Myers at all.
Oh my, yeah.
Oh. Excuse my language, but oh. Bleep.
So this brought up an interesting comment that I said to myself a while ago. Who would win, Jiminy Glick or Tommy Maitland?
That's true. Yeah, Martin Shorter does the Jiminy Glick thing, and we also got to remember this is not the first time that we've had a game show with a fake character hosting and stuff like that.
Yeah, what was that?
You don't know Jack. Sorry,
You don't
Paul
know Jack.
Rubens.
Exactly. You know Jack back in 2001 with Paul Rubens. What was the name that he used? It was Troy something, right? I can't think of the last name. Give me.
I don't know either, man.
I remember
but how many weeks did it last?
About 8.
It was actually just for the. It actually didn't even make it the summer of 2001 because it didn't it keep getting preempted and a whole bunch of other things.
No, I think
Troy Stevens. It was. That was the name. That was the name that he used.
Yeah, Troy Stevens. They only had 6 episodes. That was it.
Yeah, it was just
fully. Same episodes, fully.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. That's the one we were thinking of.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not the first time that there's been the character interpretation there, but our silent producer up in the booth is confirming it for us. Yes, Troy Stevens.
The pizza guy is
but
the pizza guy's main
opinion in general, Chuck, you trash the idea of Mike Myers being as a character for the Gong Show, or should he have just done it himself?
He should have done it himself. So I say dummy, yeah.
All right, so you're trashing that one, Elliot. How about you? You smash and trashing.
Well, it's okay. First of all, it's the Gong Show. It's not supposed to be serious. It's supposed to be all phony and just a bunch of garbage, fun garbage to look at. That's my take on the show itself. Whether it's a 70s version or whether we do it now, it's not meant to be a serious show. So yeah, if you're gonna do something
back Gene the Dancing Machine, I want to see that return.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see. But I think DGG the colostomy machine, you know.
Okay, wait. You guys know how to reincarnate?
I wish I did. Wish I could pull off his moves.
He's dead, isn't he?
Yeah, he
He passed away,
died
yeah.
a couple of years ago. Yeah, but
Or bring back another game show legend, the Unknown Comic.
if they really want to, they'll try to find modern day.
They'll find a similar guy. They'll do the same joke. I mean,
So Spaceman Monster says he'll give it a go. Gone Show is more about the acts. I too am going to give it a go as well. I know we're trying to say that it should have been hosted by what's his name as himself. But I'm like, okay, I kind of don't want to see.
What's his name? Who?
Mike Myers. I know we're saying that should be hosted by Mike Myers as himself, but I'm like, I kind of want to see this because even Mike Myers has always needed to play some kind of character. Like he's not really known for being himself in these movies. He's always known for Austin Powers or any of his various SNL characters and the like. So this
isn't that special?
Like he's always known.
We like it.
Yeah, I know.
He's always known for being that character.
I know there's a list somewhere in some of the articles that have talked about this that apparently some big star names are actually going to serve as judges. I know I've heard Jack Black in some circles, but
Jack friggin' Black? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, as a periodic judge. Yeah, no, I have heard that, but I can't. I'm having trouble finding some of the articles that mention like some of the other names and things like that. So we'll all right, we'll get it figured out as we go along. If we run into it, we'll post in the links down somewhere so you guys can look it up later and stuff like that. All right, so here we're running over time with Smash or Trash here. So but I think we got just about everything.
I got another Smash or Trash. American Gladiators on Hulu. Smash or Trash.
Yeah, well, hey, we said it was a busy week here. A lot of stuff going on. So, hey, what can you do there?
I have it. Judges. We have Zach Galifianakis, Allison Brie, Andy Samberg, Elizabeth Banks, Joel McHale, Dana Carvey, Will Forte, Jack Black, Anthony Anderson, among others.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so you've got a cornucopia of people that will yet fit into the Gong Show mold that can play along with it. So yeah, trust me, I get a feeling that even if this wasn't the revival that we thought we wanted, somehow this might end up.
It's gonna have to. It's gonna have to.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You can't rewind 1970s over again. You got this is
not
40 years later.
Knowing how Chuck was, and we talked about that in our last podcast here. And I'm sure you'd want to, but that's that's for.
Oh, what about what the girl with the popsicle? Oh God.
All right. Let's not bring that up again. All right. Okay, all right. Smash or Trash closed. All right, we got to get moving on to our main topic here and stuff like that. So, all right. So now let's get into the bare bones of what we are talking about tonight. In the midst of everything we just talked about in terms of Smash or Trash, something else major in the game show world took place last week, and that is over at the Game Show Network, GSN. David Goldhill chose to step down as CEO of the network. So obviously, now a search is going on for his replacement. And in the process of that, it got us to thinking here over at Lost Silver. It got us to thinking with the idea that, okay, with a new CEO is probably going to come possibly a new direction for the network. The question is, what should that direction be? Something that is reasonable and fair in respect to running a TV network. Now, obviously, we know that there's a lot of hardcores out there that have their option as to what they feel GSN should do, and we know that in the opinions of some of those hardcores is downright stupid. We'll say why in a minute, but there are some things. But what we want to do is to try to figure out GSN's road for the future. Let's look back at their past and see what things have they really done right and wrong over the course of now 22 plus year lifespan, and see what's best to try to approach again. So
Bring back the interactive game shows.
okay, there's a point check there. All right, here wait. Elaborate on what that was about here. So yeah, go ahead.
The interactive game shows, trivia track, super decades, and win money.
Okay, so you're actually thinking back to like the infancy of GSN. You're thinking back to like the first year or two of the network when they used to
Yeah,
do
then Throughout Our Neck came out a few years after that.
Gotcha. Yeah, because they've done interactive games several times during the course of GSN's lifetime. Because you're right.
And don't forget about Burt Lundy's Love Buffet.
Not that. No. Wait. Let's focus on one thing at a time first. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, because in the first couple of years of the network, yeah, they did have call-in game shows to be able to win prizes that they would do in prime time every night, right? You mentioned Trivia Track. They did they also did
Super Decades.
Yeah, Decades, which later became Super Decades and stuff like that. I
Game World,
but
There was something that's around 2005 or so. They used to do it late night, which I thought.
Oh, Playmania!
Oh,
Yes, Playmania.
Yes,
Hey,
that
I
was.
won on Playmania.
that really wasn't.
I did.
You want to play Mania?
Once. I actually got through to the show twice. I screwed up the first time that I played, but no, the second time that I managed to get through, I did pick up 250 off of them. So no.
Or wait a minute, Inquisition. One with the Jeopardy version, Inquisition. I love that show.
Okay, yeah, Inquisition had a little bit of an interactive element too. Yeah, because people did call in and play along with the pre-tape stuff in the studio. You're right about that. Their voices were not. But you
what
saw
about the
their
promo
result.
with that lady? I'm getting all pissed off at the Inquisitor.
Huh?
What the promo that the lady got all pissed off at the Inquisitor?
I don't remember that one.
That was a commercial for the Inquisition season 2.
If you know where to find that commercial, I'd love to see it. Because no, I never.
Okay.
Here, you research that for a second. We'll keep going with that. Let me see here. Paul, you haven't chimed in on this. What was your thought on the interactive games that GSN used to do?
I don't know if they want to go on ahead and jump ahead and bring that back in. Mostly because it didn't cost them much to run, but there were a lot of prizes to go ahead and be doled out.
Wait a minute. Here it is.
You just said you won $250 off of your show. I won $100 off of watching Big Saturday Night back in like 2000 and change. So they were just handing out checks to people, to everyone. I don't know if they want to go the same route though, because knowing them, they would have to go on ahead and increase that amount of money. That they're giving out.
Here it is. Can I screen share it?
Okay, all right, here, right. All right, let me get your screen up there. Okay, go ahead, share it whenever you're ready.
Okay.
We got you here. Yeah.
I'm on.
Well, while he's putting that up, while Chuck's putting it up, Paul, I'll say this for the record: I don't necessarily know if upping the prize is necessarily automatic to making that stuff work, because like Spaceman Monster in the chat room, he's even mentioning when they used to have the GSN Live talk show during the daytime shows and stuff like that, and they used to do their games in between and stuff or whatever.
Oh shoot, my bad.
They gave away. I mean, yeah, they usually gave away bigger prizes. They tried to give away trips and bigger cash prize and stuff, but it wasn't automatic. They gave away little things too along the way and stuff. So, I mean, it's like if there's something to win, you're gonna find people that are going to want to jump in and play for it.
Right.
That seemed to make sense.
Yeah, you don't really have to give away big monies on these time fillers. That's what
Well, yeah. Hey, no. It serves.
No, I found it.
And no, it's it does very good and stuff like that. So hey, who knows there?
it gets people sitting in the seats instead of
All right, guys, I found the video.
Okay. Wait, he found the commercial here. Wait, do you have volume to go with that?
We
Exposed
can't hear it. We see it. We don't hear it.
Inquisitor.com. Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. The idea that the Inquisitor was never seen on his face was never seen on the air and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I remember that. I
Yeah,
remember
so,
that commercial.
That's what I'm talking about.
a big hubbub on the show. I remember once some people once exercised some people were trying to spread a rumor that Wink was actually the Inquisitor.
That was not his voice, though.
There was never any weight that was put on that and stuff or whatever. But who's to say? By the way, Chuck, do me a favor. Our silent producer up in the booth is mentioning again. Keep yourself in one place, please.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you're kind of floating up, going back and forth and stuff like that. Come on. So yeah, be careful on that. All right, but now here's the thing. That wasn't the only kind of interactive game so that GSN used to do. They used to, particularly with like old Family Feud, stuff like that. They used to you could log on to GSN's website and play interactively with the classic show that was on at the time, and they would always keep like a running leaderboard on the that.
Yeah, I've seen that. I actually did that for Millionaire when they did that for Millionaire when they brought it back for Regis for 10 days or something like that. I played along with that.
There's also a talk show called Game TV.
Yeah, one goes back to the early days too and stuff like that. But all right, but let me ask you this though, guys. Between all the different interactive elements that we've talked about here, what do you think? And here, Ellie, I'll start with you. What do you think is the one that if they focus on, if they did choose to bring the interactive element back, which way would be the best way of exploiting it and making the most out of it for GSN viewers to enjoy, to win, or whatever the case is? The call-in way, the online way, or what do you think?
Online.
I think the best way would be. I think the best way would be. I like the call-in ones that they ran between during commercials. I think having a whole half hour or 1 hour show of just a call-in game. I never
you mean like the play breaks? You mean like the play breaks?
Okay,
play breaks. Yeah.
Okay, so you liked it the GSN live way from the late 2000s.
The late 2000s, the one where you would come during a commercial or one of their regular game shows, have a 2-minute segment you play there, and that would be the end of it. Watching a whole show of that, I wouldn't do it. I never did. I never enjoyed that kind of a show. But having it, because most people when the commercial comes on, you go up, do your dishes or whatever it is, and do your household chores, do your cleanups. Then when the game comes back on, you sit down.
Gotcha.
If you're really interested in the game, you're not. If you don't do that, if you just sit on the couch, then you got something entertaining instead of someone trying to sell you a soap or a car,
Or something like a Billy Mays used to sell.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, hey, there's enough infomercials that are on GSN and Buzzer in the first place. Hey, they got to get their ad revenue somehow.
Like
how YouTube has to have their ad revenue too.
It's a business first, so they have to have to make their money.
That's a lot of, and that's what I was alluding to a little bit in the beginning when I was saying that the opinions of some hardcores out there in terms of what direction GSN should go into next. Why I said some people's hardcores ideas are mega stupid, because the thing that a lot of people fail to understand or refute, or maybe not fail to understand is the wrong term, maybe just refuse to accept, because a lot of people know that when GSN first started back in December of '94, and for the first several years of its existence, they were pretty much all about just about 24/7, or once they started having
All play
infomercials.
all day. That's what you used to call it.
So they were pretty much wall-to-wall classics and stuff like that, with their occasional original programming and stuff like that they had. And a lot of people keep arguing they go back to that. Get Steve Harvey's Feud off. Put Dawson Feud back on in prime time, or name whatever show from before 1990 that you want to. Okay, but the thing again that people forget is that television is a business, and the problem with that is, again, business is run by ad revenue and stuff like that. And the thing is, they gotta understand, the classic shows, great as they are, they're only appealing to to any of us that even slightly consider ourselves hardcores and stuff like that. The casual viewer is not watching that stuff, especially in prime time. So that's going to kill ratings. It's going to kill revenue for the network. And then we don't get shows like The Chase, like Divided, like Idiot Test, and the stuff that
what about the new Emoji Show? My wife wants to see that.
Matter of fact, consider this. A lot of people complain about how nowadays on GSN, you watch on any given night of the week, even on the weekends, and it seems like almost all of the prime time slots is wall-to-wall Steve Harvey Family Feud. Yeah, it sucks.
It's annoying. It's annoying.
But listen, you're right. No, yeah, it gets old after a while. I understand.
It definitely gets old after a while.
Yeah, okay, but can we all agree on this at least? The fact that those Steve Harvey Family Feuds, they bring in ratings for the network, and the ratings bring in the money. And you've got.
I'll argue.
Go ahead, Paul.
All right, I'll argue that you were right. That bringing on the Steve Harvey Feud is what brings in the ratings and what brings in the money. However, in moderation, even on syndication, at the max, you have 1 hour, depending on what market, maybe half an hour on others. Like here in New York, it's an hour back to back, half an hour back to back, for 1 full hour. But either way you put it, it's in moderation. You don't have a 5-hour block of Steve Harvey's Feud, and that's the part where it gets old and redundant. That's the part that everybody complains about. I'm all about them airing the Steve Harvey Feud. I'm fine with that. People can say it sucks. That's fine. I'm more of, well, you guys are at Sony. You guys have brought on, in the daytime, brought back the Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune reruns. Fine. Where's the Millionaire reruns? Fine. Where's the Catch-21 reruns? Fine. Where's the game shows from the original golden days, quote unquote, of GSN? You can put those on there as well. Like this morning.
What's my line? Put What's My Line on there.
Well, I don't know if they could do What's My Line. That's ABC now.
Stay out of the classic. Wait. This is not about the classic question. Because again,
I mean, throw out Neck on there.
Time again. Not on GSN.
Like they could. There's so much that they have. Like they don't have to go ahead and bend over backwards and Fremantle for it. GSN has had quite a number of shows on their own. Let's just say you're not a fan of what's the one that they did? Skin Wars. Window Wars or whatever that reality show was.
Window Warriors bomb, but Skin Wars did very good for them for the last couple.
They can do episodes of Cram for all I care. Just put on some of their own.
Friend or foe.
Friend or foe.
That's the one. That's the one. Friend or foe.
Right. No, that's gonna be part of the discussion too. Don't worry, we're getting
Extreme Dodgeball.
that was fun to watch. I enjoyed that.
Wait.
Yeah, let's not get out too much off track. Like they have, but my main thing is they have options. There's no reason why a network that's only on for 20 hours a day, then the 4 hours being preempted for paid programming, that after all these years they don't have enough to not air anything besides 5 hours of Harvey Feud.
Put a Bird Love
even before the
buffet back on there.
Chuck.
Like even before the most recent programming change, it was at least a little bit of moderation. It was 2 hours of The Chase, an hour of Catch-21, a half-hour split combo of both the new chain reaction from GSN and the original GSN chain reaction. Like there was like variety in their program. Now they're the way of here's 5 hours of Feud. Like,
okay, well, I'll say this, Paul. It's not now. Since about 2 months ago, it's not that way anymore because they finally did find something else to be able to put into the prime access and prime time lineups or whatever, that in terms of bought shows, bought rerun packages, that has been proving successful in the network, and that's Cash Cab. Cash Cab has been doing very well since it came to the network in mid-March or whatever. They also just since about 2 or 3 weeks ago, they added the Hollywood Game Night from
Jane Lynch, aka Sergeant Calhoun from Wreck-It Ralph 1.
to the package and stuff like that, and that's been doing pretty decent and stuff or whatever.
That's up.
And so it's been giving them more choices. And the bottom line is, as long as they have those choices, and the choices bringing the money, that gives them the ability to afford to make their own programming. Because trust me, all the money. Trust me, being able to make payouts of the chase, Harvey money definitely funded that, if you ask me. So that's just
that just also brought up something as well, and I just noticed this too. They actually dropped the Cash Cab from the from their lineup. It's no longer on.
No, it's coming there. It's on Saturday nights at 10. I just checked.
And on the
okay.
and on the mornings too. And on the mornings too.
Yeah. So they're just throwing all over the place.
all right.
God. I love Cash Cab. Me and Cherish watch it every morning.
Here, I'm going to scan that over for a second here, and while I scan, Matt Wojcik has jumped into the fold a little bit there.
Yes. Yes, I swear to God, I haven't gone on strike.
What happened? What happened there, Matt?
I swear to God, I have not gone on strike this week.
No. Stop. Okay. Well, here I'll tell you what. Here, Matt. While I go to scan what we were just talking about here, I'll pose the question I was about to parlay the discussion into over to you. The idea that the time in terms of rerun packages has been, like I said, over the last few years, it's been dominated by Steve Harvey's Family Feud. But like I said, recently they've also had Hollywood Game Night and Cash Cab to help modify it as well. Those have done decently well. My question to you is this, okay? If GSN wants to choose to keep going in that direction and try to find another classic rerun package that they did not produce to bring into prime access hours or whatever, to again just do more variety and supplement ratings in other ways to generate more revenue. What other rerun packages from the modern day, whatever, should they go after?
Well, it could be something that's relevant to what's happening right now. Like, for example, with The Wall being a hit on NBC, I'm thinking they could just get the rights to something that's more niche to that kind of a game.
What about
I'm not
American
thinking
Gladiators?
specific title, considering that whatever they get is eventually going to be rerun to death. I mean, even before Steve Harvey came along, that they were rerunning Richard Karn's Family Feud to death and John O'Hurley's, and then Deal or No Deal to death.
Hang on, Matthew. I got a question. I got something to add to that. What if they added American Gladiators, the original version of it?
That'd be interesting, but
Kids is actually still around, and they still own all of the footage. I don't know.
Actually, I don't think that's a bad idea, considering that with American Ninja Warrior airing every year on NBC, I think that would be a good complement to that.
I actually did a rant video about NBC and Ninja Warrior, but it's not for the topic for this one.
No. I'm talking about Gladiators, the original version.
No. That's what I mean. I have a rant that I want to say about NBC Comcast, buying out the original network for American Ninja Warrior, G4 TV, and then destroying it slowly. But that's not for us here.
G4, I love that channel with the video games, but now they just freaking ruined it.
Speaking of video
that's
games,
what I said. Not for this podcast. But
Yes.
another question that we got asked is, what about bringing back baggage? Was Jerry Springer? Yeah, Jerry Springer.
Oh.
yes.
God!
All right. Well, don't worry. We're going to get into the GSN original category. Don't worry. We got that covered too. We're going to get that.
Yeah, I just thought of one myself. Considering how you were just mentioning video games with CBS's upcoming production of Candy Crush, it might not be a bad idea to go for Starcade.
Oh, Starcade, I love that show.
The only problem is with Starcade, there's not that many more arcade games being made nowadays. That's the only problem.
Well, what about Dave and Buster's?
Well, I literally just thought about that, but I'm like, most of the Dave Buster's stuff is like random prize ticket games that they're talking about.
Oh, God!
Yeah. So, but no, that's yeah, it's true. Yeah, a lot of
Hi, Vanna.
Yeah, your co-host has arrived, the other head of the dragon.
Good one, man.
No, here, listen, no. I'll just real quick, because I don't want to stray too far from topic, but no, I'll say this at the same time that no, yeah, every once in a while, even sometimes here, even within the house, the discussion of Starcade being revived, is potentially an option, stuff like that. The problem with it nowadays is, like I said, even with something like Dave and Buster's, there's hardly any video games that exist nowadays that have the category of playing for points the way that the way that the games of Starcade were back in the day. And also, plus, you gotta consider there's so many video game competitions nowadays and stuff like that. And isn't there a show that runs
you do know
Friday nights that is all about video game these video game tournaments or whatever?
Yeah,
It's
I'm not sure about that. But then again, GSN already had a failure of an original many years ago with Throut and Neck.
Oh yes, we forgot about Throut and Neck. Well, that actually is probably a good thing we forgot about Throut and Neck. No, wait a minute. That's something. So go there. So, but yeah, it's been definitely a possibility though. So, but I like it. But I like the idea. Yes. All right.
That is a thing.
Okay. And in the midst of all this, we seem to have picked up another person here. Yes. Hello there. I don't believe.
Her name is Jessica Brand.
Oh.
Yes. As I saw there. How you doing, Jessica?
I'm doing pretty well, thanks.
Okay. Where are you?
Fashion.
Where are you from?
Is this the first?
I'm from Rhode Island. Just outside Boston. Not too far from there.
Oh, okay. So you're or two there and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah. Well, good to have you. Welcome aboard here. Hope you find this a friendly environment of sorts or whatever. So, okay. I'll tell you what. While we've got you here, before I go on to the next question, we'll get your thought real quick. If you had to suggest another current rerun package from a more recent game show that GSN could pick up and run in the prime time hours to supplement Steve Harvey's Family Feud, do you have a suggestion?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, unfortunately, Wheel didn't do too well. I'm thinking if you drew kind of what Yes TV's doing right now in Canada, and showing some Drew Carey Prices Right, that seems to be doing really well for them, and it would complement the CBS programming too. Well, I don't know how much Buzz would want to get involved with that or not, but I mean, like Buzzer might claim first rights to that.
Well, here. Okay. Well, a good idea. I will say this. Actually, bring a few close to here because the light's getting a little bit in the way here. Actually, he's very interestingly said with regards to Price is Right, because this is actually very important. They used to for the first 6 years of
before 2000, yeah.
Yeah, up until mid 2000, they used to have the reruns of Price is Right on, which obviously, so you had old Barker, and then of course you had current Barker if you want to watch it. Yes, but then the odd thing that happens was that the contract for Price was running out, and GSN just let it lapse. For what reason? Who knows? But
Yeah.
ever since it lapsed,
That was stupid, though. That was stupid.
Fremantle has been like absolutely dead set as to letting it come back to GSN. I don't know if it was because they shot the price too high or whatever reason.
Price was right.
They just don't want to do it.
Price was wrong.
Well, or it
Yeah,
could be
the
the
price
fact that
is
they've
wrong.
been banned.
And now here's also the thing. They also, even when Drew took over, the question was also raised as to, again, whether it should come back with Bob's shows or whatever, even if it was more recent.
I heard that'd be too much of
I don't know. But the thing is, Fremantle's argument at the time was that no, they don't want to do that because they didn't want the reruns to run interference with being able to watch the current product.
Yeah.
And that's the stance that they've maintained ever since.
Or it could
That's
be
why I
the
find it
fact
weird
that
where Yes
Bob
TV
does
does
not
that.
want any episodes with Holly to be rerun.
Yeah, or the fur band. I mean, that's an estate thing. That's why I think Drew ones would be good, because Yes TV in Canada is doing that right now, and that way you could get some more direct exposure that way, and it's more linear.
In a sense,
Because I think if you do,
because
that
if you think about it, Wheel of Fortune came back onto GSN like about 7 or 8 months ago or whatever, and
This is how
the
long
ones that they're doing are just from a couple years ago. They're only from like 2013, 2014.
Yeah, it's all season 31
So,
basically.
yeah, so they're keeping it like pretty current, close to the belt. They're not playing ones from years and years ago, and they give it like what do they give it an hour of a time slot or more than that? I
Yeah,
think.
it used to be 2 when they started out with this. They were doing 8 a day. It's not doing well. It's got like 214 per time slot share. So
Yeah, so it's something like that. That's yeah, but make no mistake, they're still making their efforts to try to
they're good for them. Yeah.
for other things and just making sure they don't totally rely on Steve Harvey. But we gotta make no mistake, he's still the biggest rating scare that the network gets. So as long as he is, they're gonna keep relying on him. And hey, if it keeps the money going and keeps the channel in existence, so be it.
Daddy,
So yeah,
That would.
you said 20 to 2014,
No, that-
right?
mm-hmm.
Well, if you put it like that, that is not long. That is only 1 year.
Well, 3 now.
3. For 2017. 7
Time
minus
flies.
4 is
Yeah, but hey,
3. All right.
The other thing that came to mind
all the
is
time.
Supermarket
Hey,
Sweep.
Brian,
all right, so let's go then to the other half of the question, one that has already been touched briefly alluded to in a couple of discussions here already, because we've talked about the rerun packages that GSN has bought into before and now. But then, of course, a lot of you guys have already mentioned some of the original shows that GSN has created over the years. We've already mentioned Catch 21. We've mentioned Baggage. We mentioned The Chase, of course, or whatever.
I love there's
throat neck.
All right, but not Throut and Neck. Stop. Not Throut and Neck. Forget that. Forget Burt Ludden's Love Buffet.
I love
Okay,
the chase.
but yeah, I know she really misses The Chase. She loved that show. Yeah, but and
Hey, Brandon, did you watch it on YouTube? There's some episodes on YouTube.
American version.
oh, the British version. All right, well, not now.
See.
Well, not now. We still got to do a show here.
Oh, come
All right.
on.
And then, of course, in the early 2000s, you had the big trio of Whammy, Friends or Foe, and Russian Roulette, which all did well, which was then later supplanted by a 5-year run of Lingo, which was
I know that show.
which was one of the biggest hits for the network for a while.
23.
Now,
No.
okay.
Speaking
now
of
here-
whammies, what about Press Your Luck?
Well, remember, you're talking about the classic.
Whammy is Press Your Luck.
It's the 2002
You're
reboot.
And Buzzer's doing those right now.
But yeah, that's not coming back.
Doing the old school ones. We're getting more and more episodes as we
When
speak.
you hit the double whammy.
Okay, right. Yes, exactly. The double whammy, of
Benny!
course.
Talk about it. Double whammy. Money.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
What?
Yes. Huh? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. But here,
That's good, Brian. That's really good.
but now here's my question though, because I was talking about this with Scott earlier this afternoon with regards to this, and we know that GSN has had a number of original programs that have been successful over years. We've named several of them here just now. But here's been the odd thing. There have been a couple of times during the course of their quest for that they attempted to do revivals. Some of these revivals even being of their own original programs. They tried to revive Lingo with Bill Engvall. Didn't work. They tried to revive Baggage and do Baggage on the Road. Didn't work. They tried to revive Chain Reaction with Mike Catherwood. Didn't work. Even the Pyramid revival that they did 5 years ago, which should have worked, somehow didn't. So
bad celebrities.
Shows work.
I think that was a budgetary, but
it's hard to say. Can't really imagine why it is that people chose.
Well, it also doesn't help that they had the reruns of the original Pyramid going at the same time for inevitable comparisons.
Go. I'm sorry, I cut you off there. Say that again, Matthew.
Well, it also didn't help that they were rerunning the original Pyramid at the same time, and the new ones suffered inevitable comparisons.
But the ratings were good.
The time slot. Well, the time slot for Pyramid.
So the question was then, why did it suddenly fizzle?
7 p.m. People are watching Jeopardy Wheel of Fortune. They put it right against that on the East Coast. It's like, come on now. It's a dumb.
No, as far as I remember, Elliot, they had Pyramid on at 6.
Yeah.
Even still, it's a dumb time slot. No one's home to watch it. They're just come back from work, eat dinner, all that. If you wanna put your good stuff on, you put that at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, where you.
Maybe, yeah. All right, but in any event, though, but here then is the main question, and I'll get a vote from everybody on this, because we've seen it. Like said, they're good with the original games, but if you want them to continue doing, if you have an idea in terms of what they could do for the next major original program, I know we got Emo Genius coming out next month, but apart from that, if you had to suggest a show, an idea for a show that they could do as their next major original program, okay, what kind of show would you suggest? Now, please bear in mind when I give that question, don't suggest reviving a show, because like we've just demonstrated, even a show that they've already done, because like we've just said, reviving their own product has not seemed to work. If you have an idea to say they did a show that's like such and such program, that's okay, but don't suggest something that's already pre-established. All right, everybody understand those ground rules?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So here, Matt, you started off. What show from GSN's original past could they attempt to do a similar format for in a future original program that you would think?
Well, let's see. I mean, it has to be something that they currently don't have a type of game for. I mean, they already have Idiot Test, which is more of a cerebral kind of show, and then there's Emo Genius, which is going to be
the same mold.
Well, again.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love Idiot Test. My wife really wants to watch the new that new show.
Hold on.
Yes, your name is not Matt there, Chuck.
Hang on.
Sorry, Maddie.
Yes, so it would have to be something like a trivia game that would really basically bring more diversity to the lineup. I mean, something like a Grand Slam or a Russian Roulette.
Okay, a Russian Roulette might be possible. Whatever. Do you think that with Winsanity right now, do you think that that fits in a trivia molds, or?
I have to tell you, I mean, it's 2013 to the present is my blind spot with GSN, because I haven't had it since then. It got yanked from my cable.
Winsanity, basically what they do for that game is they present you with a list of facts that are all numerically based, however, and you have to try to, as the game progresses, you have to continuously,
Like tuition almost.
You're provided in its appropriate order in the list from lowest to highest.
I see what you mean, but I'm just saying something more general knowledge based.
Okay.
I mean, kind of like a win tuition almost.
Yeah, but that's very niche. That's academic trivia. I'm talking about general trivia, like Russian Roulette had general trivia.
Oh yeah. Russian Roulette, the drop zones. I love the drop zones.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So possibly a traditional quiz here. Okay. All right, Chuck. Which one of GSN's previous successes would you try to build off of for a new classic?
Friend or foe?
Okay. Now,
I love
well,
this
now
show.
let's consider this. Friends or foe? If you kind of think about it, divided sort of
Yes, same
into
thing.
that
Yeah.
kind. Although divided doesn't necessarily prey on the prisoner's dilemma, but it's pretty close. But what is it about Friends or Foe that works for you?
Take the money, or your other player can take all the money.
Yeah, it's a great exercise in game theory.
You're okay. Well, game theory and just like contested psychology, I guess, yeah, and things like that.
Yeah.
Because and Friends or Foe worked for a couple years. Divided seems to be doing okay now. But how many of you remember that short-lived Corbin Burnson effort? How much is enough?
Well, that one was just.
I remember that one.
Or the psychology of money.
Yeah, that's a real tester there. That there's not much game to it, but it can make the players who are nervous. That's one thing. It's a lot of tension, knowing when to hit that button, so you find a happy medium between too much and not enough. No matter what, it can also test you in two different directions: up, going down, starting at a high value, going down, and starting at a low value and going up. It tests the players in both directions, where to find that middle ground, but you stay on.
Right. I get. That definitely makes sense there. Hold on, I'm getting pings here. Okay, let's see. Is Paul still there?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Even though he's just a
His
static photo.
mic's probably dead.
Oh, okay. All right. Here, wait. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Well, okay. He said he was gonna go quiet for a second here. All right. While we're waiting there, here. All right, Jessica. Here. Why don't you get a turn in there? I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
So what success from GSN's past would you try to repackage into something new?
I'm trying to think of new shows right now. Actually, I have a couple in mind. So one is Meme Maker. Basically, we're going to take a current event that's kind of like what we do with Idiot Test, and we're going to give, like kind of like an outline of various memes that can be made, like various memes that go across the internet.
I don't really watch game shows, but when I do, I prefer Lost Silver Productions.
So what we're gonna watch, so what we're gonna do with the memes.
Quit
is we're gonna have
tuning your
people-
own horn, Chuck.
No, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait. They're both. I like the idea that they're both relaying here. No, because like I said, Chuck, obviously you were mimicking the Dos Equis guy, right?
Exactly, right? So we can have the memes.
Yeah.
Play
And
on
let's
that.
say we take the Dos Equis guy.
He's been memed tons of times here. No, so what Chuck is suggesting is playing in the lines of what Jessica is saying here.
Yeah, exactly. So if we take Dos Equis guy, and we're going to take a modern event, and what you have to do is you have to caption the meme as best you can in a certain amount of time, and you go head to head for a certain amount of time, and the audience votes about what they think the best meme is. And ultimately, you can have a hashtag with the meme where the best ones get shared, kind of like what At Midnight does with the caption during the night, which is kind of like.
It sounds like it's going the At Midnight route, kind of.
It's almost an At Midnight, but with memes specifically instead of hashtag wars.
What about meme show? Would you like? Can that be cool?
Sounds interesting.
Well, my wife said she'd love to
eventually
watch
you
that
do.
new show.
I'm thinking head to head
I
for the
give it a
first part of
spin
it,
for
and then
6
you're having
weeks.
up a money ladder. If
Hang on,
you
my wife's
get a
got
certain
something to
amount
say
of
about this
audience that votes for what you're doing, you move up on the money ladder. So the audience decides if they like your stuff or not, and the audience does not get to. And there's going to be the audience decides if they liked your meme or not, and you go against online.
Okay. Now,
A little bit complicated.
here's my only question about that kind of idea. No, because I like the idea. No, it would be very amusing. The only thing I would wonder about with that kind of show is that I would have to think that unless you genuinely had like honest comedians doing this kind of show, kind of like what At Midnight does.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
ask contestants to try to make up something spontaneous on the spot like that, or sort of thing. I would get a feeling that might be a little bit too tough for the average Joe to be able to try to.
You're right.
Yeah, that's true.
What I would think.
It'll be fun to watch, though. That'd be fun to watch.
Would you in a show like that? Would you perhaps say that if you want the average person to try to do it, to perhaps give them time, but to kind of like you remember like in the spirit of Whose Line, there was like a knockoff sort of show like similar to Whose Line called Quick Wits. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And they always used to preface.
What about
And they,
Whiz Challenge?
no, not that. No. I'm talking about there was like during the late 90s, there was a when Whose Line was popular, there was a show here in the States. It used to air like late on Saturday nights and stuff like that, where it was called Quick Wits. It was a show that was like, sketches similar to the Whose Line style, but they always used to preface it at the beginning that was saying that the performers on Quick Wits have had a chance to prepare their sketches in advance. Playing on that premise, I would think that something like this with a meme type game, to ask the average Joe to do it, I think if you really want to give them a chance to truly make it funny, I think spontaneous, you're going to get too many nervous faces. I think you'd have to give them the material.
I think it's fair.
And they present it on the show for the audience to hear.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And that's something I think of for the audition process too, because you know how I'm saying get social media involved, right? What you could do is you could get some contestants who wind up getting an audition for it that way, who get straight on the show because they can make them up relatively quickly, because that way you're dealing with people who can come up with things, even if you give them the advanced time, which I like that idea a lot. But that way you're having people who can do this with the interactivity, with the social media concept. Like, what's that show that's coming to NBC? The 5 Gold Rings. It's kind of like 5 Gold Rings, where they show you what the best score is, and you're playing along with the same material as the contestants in studio. So,
Oh, you mean it's kind of like what's it kind of like anyway? That 5 Gold Rings. What's it kind of like?
Yeah, 5 Gold Rings. It's like the 5 Gold Rings social media interaction, where you're playing with the same material. Except I would extend that effort further to where if you're doing well enough at the at-home game, we're going to get you an audition. Kind of like the Jeopardy the Jeopardy online test.
And from GSN standards, they used to do the same thing with Chuck Woolery's lingo, where if you played the online game well enough, they had.
That's good.
They gave you the ability to ultimately appear on the show. They did that a time or two each taping season and stuff.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
And I think you get a sponsorship with this.
It's very possible. And hey, that even further brings back the interactive element that we were talking about, that maybe they should possibly pursue again. Okay, real quick. Okay, all right. You wanted to suggest something.
Wait. Who said friend or foe?
Chuck did. Chuck mentioned friend or foe.
Yeah.
I kind of disagree with you, because here's the slight problem about friend or foe. If they both choose foe, then no one gets the money.
Well, again, that plays into the psychology of the game or whatever and stuff like that. And divided nowadays suffers from obviously the same potential trap, because the 3 players can't decide who gets the big share, who gets the medium share of the money, and who gets the little. The money just keeps dropping, and if it drops for too long, then nobody gets anything. And it's happened a number of times.
I mean, really, the main object of the game is to get your opponent to choose friends so you can get all the money yourself.
Yeah, it's golden. Have you ever watched Golden Balls?
Same thing at the end.
Personally, she doesn't know what that is.
Wait.
So
You said, but if one chooses friend but one chooses foe, it's still not going to be fair, because then if I remember correctly,
That's the point of the game.
this foe gets all the money.
right, exactly.
But here's the thing: they both choose friend. That means they split the money, unless it is an odd number.
Well, no, they always find a way to split. They always have
Okay.
The numbers always end in 0.
like and stuff like
you
that.
suggest a Chase?
Okay, well, we've mentioned Chase a couple
Yeah, because
of
I would agree with.
fashions or whatever.
Well, the chase would go in line with the quiz show I suggested.
I know you like the chase. Believe me, I know. Scott loves the trivia stuff or whatever. We all know Scott loves the trivia stuff, so I know he would
Love the trivia.
something like that in a heartbeat and things or whatever. But yes, you keep trying to snap your finger.
It's like Jeopardy pen right here.
In a sense, yeah. But yeah. But let's see. Let me see. I'm surprised here within this. Nobody suggested any sort of revival of any kind of word game or something.
Yeah, I was about to say that you didn't give me a turn yet. I'm the word game guy in this group, so
you're the because
I like to see lingo.
Tons of times about your being a registered Scrabble player, a ranked Scrabble player rather. So.
Right. I used to be. I stopped playing tournaments a long time ago because it was just too much money to play them. But
That's a beautiful skyline, Chuck.
Yeah,
So-
had to take out.
so
Well, like what hasn't been touched upon in the word game worlds yet? What?
well, yeah, the game one game I like was kind of like reverse Wheel of Fortune called That's the Question.
Oh, I forgot that. That's the
That
question.
was a great one. Also, camouflage work. The word game camouflage, not the picture game camouflage. That one worked well.
Countdown in the U.S.
Those two I would like to see bring back because I love those.
Remember something?
Wait, hold on. Got there. Okay, wait. What did you remember?
I remember something called.
Scrabble the game show, yeah, that was Chuck Lorre's show. That was never GSN.
Yeah, that was never GSN. Oh, believe me, and yes, we
You
know
went
there are people that have been clamoring for GSN and for Buzzer to get the Scrabble rerun packages. However, there's one person in particular out there in the trolling world that insists upon that it must happen, and that Sale of the Century must be.
Sale of the Century, yeah, that's the one David. Oh, the Sale of the Sally, I think her name
Yeah,
is.
it's going to be difficult for Scrabble to come to any reruns, considering they have to go through Hasbro first.
Yeah, and Hasbro. I want to tell you something about Hasbro and Scrabble. They sort of disown themselves from the Scrabble Club tournament scene because we were not generating. Again, it's a business, and our clubs are not generating purchases of their game because the product.
Everybody's just downloading Words with Friends.
Quote, yeah. No, not that. That would be 4 Words with Friends.
Yeah,
Back in the 2000s, Hasbro's board pressure of the Scrabble boards, they went to a lower quality board, and the actual Scrabble tournament players, they want these plastic grids that used to be a part of them.
fussy.
Yeah, well, it is the big. We want the quality equipment, and Hasbro was no longer producing it. All of the tournament players, they pretty much get their boards from the European versions, and we make our own tiles. There's a couple of people that produce tiles that are very smooth, as opposed to.
The whole thing sounds like so much more trouble than it's actually worth. And if they're if Hasbro's going to make that much a fuss about their own physical,
the Hasbro wants to do the cheap stuff.
Forget a game show version. It's
I'm a map.
it just seems better left forgotten. So then maybe there's an idea that you should not explore.
Okay, so
it's Hasbro wouldn't allow it anymore because it's not selling games. That's the whole thing Hasbro is. If your idea does not bring them into the store to buy a Scrabble game, then they don't want it.
I get you. Well, who knows? That's
stuff.
Figure out in its own.
Letter lighter. We've not done something like letter lighter.
What was that?
So basically, I have an idea called letter lighter. So you have a press your luck style board, spaces. Every time you land, basically you press the button to stop, like on a press your luck board.
Okay.
And you land on a letter that has a value, like say a Scrabble or Words with Friends one. You could get a sponsorship that way. And you have 5 blanks. and if you fill out a word with the 5 blanks, then you get money, and so forth. So
I
obviously,
think
it's a
there's a
mix of
game like
advantages.
that.
Because
Alright.
if he gets
There
a lot
was a
more,
game
but it's a
like
lot harder
that.
to fit in the word.
Okay, I get you. All right, here, Jessica. I don't mean to cut you off on the idea because I actually do want to hear more about this. But I'm noticing we literally only have 1 minute left to go in the show, so we got to kind of cut
Wrap
the
it up.
proceedings here. The bottom line that we can definitely all say is, all right, we've given a lot of reasonable ideas and suggestions that allow GSN to keep their current model and keep finding a way to keep it moving forward in the right direction and doing what is clearly doing well with them and stuff like that. And it'll still appease, the hardcores. It'll still appease the modern day, fan, or whatever, and it'll keep them around for a long time. Let's hope and cross our fingers that they continue
Do
to
this. You don't have
continue to follow in those
do this
directions.
unless
etc.
you don't know how to cross the finger.
Exactly.
Just-
All right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. And with that note, yep, everybody's already starting to do it there. All right. So with that thought in mind, we're gonna. Oh, okay. Real quick. Scrabble's tried not once but twice as a pilot to reboot on GSN. First pilot with John O'Hurley. Second was with former MTV VJ Kennedy. So they did try before, but obviously this is before what Elliot is saying in things now. So who's to say? All right. Well, we'll see where it is that it all goes. In the meantime, we got to get out of here. And folks, if you haven't had if you haven't had a chance already,
Like, share, subscribe.
yes, do that, of course. So subscribe to the channel and find us on Facebook. And please check out our brand new original game show, Strikeout. It just debuted this week. Tim Connolly, Home Game Air Prizes. We love you out there. Thank you for letting us do it there. And please, if you do get to watch it, leave some comments on it and let us know what you think of it, because we all want to get some feedback on it and see if we could really make it a hit in the future. Until then, I thank everybody from the group, Paul and Elliot. Matt, good to see you again. Jessica, glad to have you. Please come stop in again sometime. And Chuck, of course, if you could stop roaming, we'll find a way to keep making you work in there. Until then, Brian Spinski, Paul the Gang here, Lost Silver Productions. We will catch you on the flip side in 4 weeks. See you soon. And Brianna, see you soon.
Bye.